So we're just going to log in using RDP to our Windows VM. Okay, so let me just copy the public address and use RDP to log in. Go to the search bar. We have remote desktop. You can just paste in the public IP address here. Hit connect. So to more choices, the username of my game is Chris, and input the password. Yep. So I actually just created these two virtual machines. I haven't logged into them yet, so I might actually go through the login screen. Okay, great. So we are in our Windows machine. I'm just going to say no. Great. So what I would like to do is I would like to ping the Linux VM. Let's see. Skype CMD. Let's try to ping the Linux VM. It's a ping. Oh, the IP, the IP address of the Linux VM. Let's try to get that. I don't think I remember. Let's try to see the private IP address of the Linux VM. This is the public IP address of the Linux VM. And this is the private IP address of the Linux VM. So let's ping it and see. Let's copy that. But 10.0.0.5. Okay, pretty easy. 10.0.5. 10. Oops. There's a ping 10.0.0.5. Let's see if we receive any reply back. Okay, good. So we can see that we can actually reach the Linux VM. So what we want to do now is we want to start what we call a perpetual ping. Just like I was saying, ping can be a good tool, but you can actually use this for bad. So we can actually launch this command in such a way that the ping would not stop. You see, it actually stops in 1, 2, 3, 4, and it stops. Of course, it has to reply back. But we can use this and ping, like we can ping forever using another command. So that's what we are going to do now. So we are going to start what we call a perpetual ping. So type ping 10.0.0.5 and -t. And let's see what happens. So as we see, this ping is actually ongoing, like it doesn't stop. And this is what I say. This is what I say when I mean that it can be a good thing and it can actually be a bad thing as well. Because imagine an attacker actually uses this, and instead of using one computer like this, they use like, maybe they have like an army of computers, or maybe like they compromise like 1,000 computers and they keep doing this to your server. At some point, I'm sure your server is going to crash because the resources, it's just going to use a lot of resources. So let's go back and see how we can actually stop this ping from happening. Like, let's see how we can block ICMP from passing through using network security groups in Azure. So let's go back to our Linux computer and let's try to do this. Let's try to block the connection using NSG. So click on under networking, click on network settings. So we see here network security group. Let's click on network security group. So network security group is like a firewall in Azure. So we need to create a firewall rule that is going to actually block ICMP traffic. The ping, no ping uses ICMP to block it from coming in. So let's take inbound security rules. And let's click on add to create our own role. So the source, we don't want a particular source, so we want to block ICMP coming from any source, any ping request coming from any source. The source port ranges, well, ICMP doesn't use port. It doesn't really matter. The destination should be any custom destination port ranges. Now, again, as I said, ICMP doesn't really use a port, so we can just use like a wildcard. Let's use an asterisk. It just means like any, it's a wildcard address. And on the protocol, we can choose ICMP before. And the action, rather than allow, we actually want to deny it. And the priority, we'll have to, let's set this a little bit lower. Let's say 280. Let's set this lower. When we set the priority lower, it's going to actually run this command first before like running this one. The lower the priority, the more the rule gets like put in front of the other rules, something like that. So let's click on add and wait for it to create the rule. So we see it's actually effective. Action deny, 280, deny any, ICMP any. So now that we have done this, let's try to check back and see if our ICMP, our ping here stops. I think it needs some time to actually pick up the rule, but it should stop at any moment. Okay, good. So we see that it has actually request timeout. So what's happening is this ping command is no longer going through to the server because we have actually set up a rule that actually blocks ICMP traffic from coming in. So that's what I wanted to just demonstrate today, of how we can actually secure our servers or secure whatever systems we have using the NSG in Azure. So thanks. Any questions, you can leave them in the comments. Thank you.